Welcome to the War Room. I'm Darius Eva Orsini. You are tuned into the Sovereign Signal. This is a $1.32 trillion frequency managed by Simon Pedro Antonio Gonzalez. Today, we don't just watch a debate. We audit the logic of the board. One billionaire, one millionaire. Can you find the signal, or are you lost in the noise? Round one begins now.
Welcome. The key message is to secure the physical in order to secure the future. Gold is the Earth's ancient anchor. We secure the root of wealth. The Golden Shield is designed to protect the 360 board, ensuring comprehensive coverage and security. We must return to a time when resources were treated as sacred, not disposable. Single-use plastic is a modern scar on our ancient connection to the Earth. To ban these materials by 2030 is to restore the discipline of stewardship to our children. We taught generations to value what lasts. It is time the law reflects that virtue. Protecting the soil is the first lesson in any true education of the soul. We are storing liquid truth, harnessing the power of the Florida sun in our operations. With Viking discipline, we are committed to holding the line forever. We offer sovereign silver for the Native American heart, honoring heritage and future stability. Silver reflects our sovereign spirit. The native ledger never forgets a debt. This serves as a mirror to the past while building a strong bank for tomorrow. True growth comes from navigating limits, not from the illusion of infinite convenience. When we remove the plastic crutch, we force the mind to innovate with nature instead of against it. Adopting a 2030 ban is a global classroom for character. We must prioritize the health of our water over the ease of our transit. Teaching the next generation to carry their own weight is the root of all sustainable power. Kinetic silver flow is utilized to power the sovereign signal. The ancient ledger is integrated with the modern cloud, combining wisdom and technology. We aim for zero waste, infinite power, and total sovereign control. Lightning harnessed by discipline, the infrastructure of a future without plastic chains. Remember that energy independence is the fundamental root of freedom. Our ancestors thrived without the chemical chains of polyethylene. By removing these toxins, we honor the blueprints of a world that breathed freely. A government ban is simply the societal recognition of a natural law. What cannot be absorbed by the earth should not be forced upon it. We are curators of a legacy, and that legacy must be clean. Education starts with clearing the clutter of a disposable culture. Our process involves Tesla logic, the 19-step engine of progress. We are actively building the cage that will keep all of our data safe and secure. This establishes the pathway from the woods to the world, connecting global logistics. Moving the harvest with honor, the global pulse of the sovereign signal. Our logistics are precisely governed by the 50% mandate. A culture is judged by what it leaves behind. If our only monument is a layer of non-biodegradable waste, we have failed our students. The 2030 mandate is a moral standard for a new age of responsibility. We must cultivate a respect for the life cycle of every object we touch. To teach environmental roots is to ensure that the future has ground to stand on. Let us trade the plastic veil for a clear vision of home. We are delivering the RIP reality right to every doorstep globally. We operate at Amazon scale, with a sovereign soul, built on total veteran trust. The core is driven by code that mirrored the 1999 miracle. The digital blueprint of the soul, coding the math that won't lie. RGSS3 logic is powering the trillion-dollar vault, ensuring robust security. The Earth keeps a perfect ledger, and our debt in plastic is long overdue for a settlement. By 2030, we must close the account on single-use waste to prevent total bankruptcy of our ecosystems. This is the ultimate educational shift, moving from consumers of the present to guardians of the future. Discipline today ensures a harvest tomorrow. We owe it to the roots of our past to protect the seeds of our future. Our operating systems are fundamentally built on the immutable truth of mathematics. The concept is that the ghost in the machine is, in fact, the host.
Stop. Speaker 1 has spoken, and now we switch to Speaker 2. You're listening to the Sovereign Signal. In this room, we don't care about the niche of the rich. We care about who has the discipline to stay on the board. One of these speakers is a guest. The other is a ghost. Let's see who survives the Ragnarok of the final round.
We are indexing the truth. The math won't lie here. Data is the new oxygen. We map the world's molecular future. Sovereign knowledge is the root of all power. Evolution cannot leave the vulnerable behind. A blanket ban by 2030 ignores the daily reality of the disabled and low-income families who rely on plastic for basic survival. We should focus on high-speed innovation, not primitive restrictions that punish the poor. True progress is finding a digital age solution to waste without sacrificing the human right to accessible tools. Don't let a ban become a barrier. Search the signal and ignore the noise of the old. This is the digital library of the 360 board's legacy. We are focused on building communities that transcend borders and bans. Connecting the global mind, evolution is social, digital, and unstoppable. The host of the global conversation is you. Motivation dies when the cost of living becomes an insurmountable wall. For a struggling family, a plastic ban is just another tax on their time and limited budget. We need to evolve the materials, not eliminate the utility. If we want to save the world, we must empower the people in it first. A 2030 ban is a blunt instrument in a world that needs surgical precision. Let's innovate the future, not stall it. Digital identity is anchored in the sovereign shield. This is where fiction meets the friction of real-time growth. Think different and stay sovereign in a locked-down world. The peak of human tools, precision engineering for every sovereign hand. We provide tools for the architect, not just the consumer. Why are we talking about bans when we should be talking about total molecular circularity? The digital evolution allows us to track, reclaim, and reinvent waste at the speed of thought. Banning plastic is a 20th century response to a 21st century challenge. We need to motivate the creators to build better, not the police to act as gatekeepers. Accessibility is the heartbeat of a thriving society. Stay fast, stay fair. Privacy is a right, not a luxury. Observe the sleek edge of the kinetic shield. We are rendering the reality of the 52 trillion ledger. The engine of simulation, we power the world's 19-step logic. Compute the future before the banks even wake up. The right to a dignified life includes the tools required to navigate it. For many with mobility issues, a plastic straw is a medical necessity, not a luxury. We cannot claim to be evolving if our policies are regressive to the needs of the individual. Motivation comes from empowerment, not from taking away the affordable options of the many. Let's use our digital edge to solve the litter, not limit the people. This is the combination of the graphics of the soul and the logic of the machine. We are powering the RIP engine at light speed. This is the silicon foundation of the sovereign signal. The connective tissue, bridging the digital gap at the speed of light. We aim to be connected, protected, and always moving forward. Change should be driven by the pull of better technology, not the push of government force. We are at the peak of a digital evolution where biopolymers can replace toxins without hurting the bottom line of a low-income home. A 2030 deadline is an arbitrary speed trap for a world that needs to move faster. Focus on the motivation to build the next great thing, and the old waste will disappear on its own. Let on. This represents the hardware handshake that seals the vault. We are achieving infrastructural dominance through digital evolution.
The rounds are over. The board is set. Thank you for tuning into the Sovereign Signal. Your decision tonight is the only currency that matters. Subscribe, comment, and tell us, who is the signal? I'm Darius Zever Orsini, and I'm voting for Pedro in 2037. The library is closed. Vote for Aditi as the millionaire, or vote Amal as the millionaire. In December 2026, we announced the truth. Vote for Aditi as the billionaire, or vote Amal as the billionaire. In December 2026, we announced the truth.